a story I want to talk about now is a story of a 6-year-old, and this story is from Nick Trotter. He is a wrestler from Missouri, and this is it's a heartwarming story. Now, Nick Trotter from Missouri, he was born with no feet and no one hand, and he's wrestling. And much like Jay Spencer, who I talked about a little bit earlier, Nick Trotter is out here to win and have a good time. Now, at 6 years old compared to high school or college, it's a little bit more fun atmosphere. But this kid, he's from Illinois. I'm sorry, he's not from Missouri. He's from Illinois. But he's on a mission. He was from Ukraine. Originally, he was adopted from the family in Illinois, and they brought him in, and he tried a couple different sports: baseball, swimming, and he still does those. And props to Nick for that. But he also wrestles, and the reason that he wrestles, and this is probably the most heartwarming part of this, is whenever he was asked, a lot of people say they're inspired by Nick and his story and what he did and what he's doing. But he's not saying he's out there to change lives or anything, and nor would you expect that from a 6-year-old. But he says, and I'm quoting him here, he says, "It's because I thought I would make a few new friends, so I did." And that's just such a nice story to hear from the wrestling community, for which, a lot of times on the news you hear a lot of negative stories, negative press, but this is one of those things that's uplifting. And he's actually going around telling people that a shark bit off his arm, and he's a jokester, I guess, but he's out here winning matches too. Like, not only is he out here making friends and just on the team or anything, he's out there winning matches, pinning guys. And there's a match in the news story, which I linked to below, where he pins his kid, he gets right up and he's smiling, he has a grin from ear to ear. But this isn't the first time that there's been a wrestler who has had a handicap. And thinking back to the national championship in 2011, you had Anthony Robles, who beat Matt McDonough from Iowa to become a national champ. And I remember watching that match. He was so built. His upper body was so built, and that's where he gained a lot of his tactical position, I guess, because he didn't have one leg. He had to find another way to win. And of course, he did that whenever he beat Matt McDonough for that national championship. So good for you, Nick, and I'm glad that there are people who can now, look up to you as an inspiration.